Hi, welcome back to Lingua Memes.
Oh, hi,
And
Danny.
hey, that must be Todd.
Yeah,
On
it's him knocking on the door of languages.
Nice one. Okay, today we're doing German,
German.
and we've got a new type of game. It's called a quiz. Some people might know what a quiz is. They
Yeah.
sometimes happen in pubs and stuff.
Sometimes they have shows that are quizzes. This one, though, is a strictly online deal, and you've only got 36 hours to play it. Not from now. Don't panic.
Yeah, this is Strictly Come Quizzing
Oh God.
with Brucey.
No, come on. I'm not. I'm not playing Make Up the Name.
You mean that I've hired Brucey in for no reason?
Oh, you actually got him. Oh my. Okay, I didn't know. What incredible foresight you have
Ooh,
to get him on.
like it. I see what you did there.
Yeah.
All right. So this is a fairly easy one to understand, isn't it? Nice simple sentence.
Well, hang on. We're looking at this quiz. We haven't actually told anyone how they can do it as well. That's the real
Oh
thing.
yeah.
We want other people to do it.
Yeah, well remembered. Um,
It's not just people watching us. We're just demonstrating. You see.
yeah, I've completely forgotten how people play along. Can you remind them?
I'll explain. All right. So what you want to do, folks, is you want to go to linguamemes.com. If you have even the smallest hint of an inkling that you want to learn a language, a non-English language like German, French, Spanish. I think we're working on Italian. Go to linguamemes.com, and there will be a box for you to type in a game code. Now, the code for this specific game, this here German quiz, is 0N38, and the N's lowercase. Type that in, stick your email address in the box below, and then in 2 shakes of a monkey's whisker, you will be sent an email link to this game.
Nice one.
It will only last for 36 hours, so make the most of it. Once you've sent that email out, or as Danny sometimes says, do just cheat and type it in again if you want it again, I suppose.
Yeah.
We don't condone cheating.
But we don't condemn it either.
So, this game, sorry Danny, please continue.
Right. Well, I was being slightly sarky when I said this was an easy sentence to understand because it's got some long words in.
He actually said the complete opposite to me before recording, folks. He said, this isn't an easy quiz, you know. And he says that knowing full well that I'm pretty handy at German. And he's gone, that's not easy, you know. So I'm worried.
All right. Do you want to hazard a little guess as to what this question means?
Yeah, well, obviously we've got, you know, all right. So we honestly, it sounds silly, but the starting point is we know it's a question. That's important. So in Welchem, already immediately to me as an English speaker, I figure that means in something, and the W kind of gives it away, and Land Europas definitely gives it away. In which Land Europas? So European land, probably a pretty good guess, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Sind, which means are, as in ARE. Now here's the kicker. So we're trying to identify a certain European country. Sind Französisch und Italien. So French and Italian languages.
Italienisch.
Oh, sorry, yeah, Italienisch. Beide, Amtssprachen. So those are French and Italian languages. Now, Amtssprachen is a very interesting word. Sprachen obviously sounds like speech. But the Amt is where you might trip up. Now, I don't actually know. We always like to talk about the etymology.
Okay.
But I don't know why it means this, but I know that Amtssprachen refers to the official language of a country.
Okay. You're not allowed to peek at this. I'll have a peek because I don't want you to know the answer of the actual question.
Folks, so, I do spoilers. I do know.
So with the peek,
the
it gives us a translation. In which country of Europe are both French and Italian official languages? So the Amtssprachen is official languages. Okay.
So in other words, languages used on road signs and things, which is... I just so happen to know. So you're expecting me to ponder and think about this, aren't you?
I reckon you should have a guess.
A guess? I don't guess. I would like to go through, sorry, very quickly, obvious maybe place names, but Italien, Italy, Norwegen, Norway, Österreich's a good one. That's Austria. And there's just enough of it in the sound there. But the one I've saved for... Now, wouldn't it be funny if I got this wrong? But the one I've saved for last is die Schweiz. And I love that. I love how it's the Swiss.
Yep.
So die Schweiz is Switzerland. And as anyone who, like me, had a upper-class boarding school, girls' school upbringing in the mountains of Switzerland will know, Switzerland is torn, like someone in a love triangle between French and Italian.
Did they teach you to walk around with a book on your head?
No, it's not so much teaching. They just make you do it. It's just expected. That is, you're not given a backpack. When you go to class, you're just expected to carry your books on your head. It's cruel, really. I don't think they do it anymore. But I mean, I'm not at a girls' school anymore.
What about yodeling? Did they teach you yodeling?
Yes, but you're only allowed to do that when you're on the very top of a mountain. If you're at the bottom, you might cause an avalanche.
Do you know? I think you're bluffing. I don't think you went to a Swiss finishing school at all.
Well,
I reckon you went to some.
You haven't seen me at a gala ball.
I reckon you went to a bog standard comprehensive in the Midlands.
That's an exceptionally good guess. Yeah, good one.
All right. I just want to add something about this.
Pretty close.
Österreich, because I think Öster is like east, and Reich is like the realm of some kind. So it's kind of east of Germany, isn't it? A bit, basically.
Yeah, no, that is. You're right. I never really thought about it that way, but it is. It's the Eastern Empire.
The East realm of some kind. All right, we'll click on Schweiz. See if you're right.
See if I'm right.
You are right. Okay, so then you have to type it in.
Yes.
And it was D, wasn't it? The.
Die Schweiz. Yeah, specifically that is a feminine noun, feminine subject pronoun. Switzerland is a lady.
Okay, next question.
All right. I feel like are we going to swap, or am I going to be the poor mug who has to answer all of these? I don't mind at all. I'll prove anything if I have to.
Well, the thing is that my excuse is that I have to press the audio record.
Of course.
The audio button.
Yeah, no, fair enough. All right, I'll give you
that. You got a hell of a long word in there.
Oh my goodness. All right. Okay, I'm going to have to, I don't know that at all. I'm going to have to break that one down. Welches ist das reichste Land Südamerikas? And then in brackets, which is baffling. I don't think I've ever seen this before in lingua memes. Nach. What? Okay. Brutto. Is that Bruttoinlandsprodukt? Brutto. All right. Now,
I have no idea how that's.
Give me a second. Okay. So I think I'm actually okay up until the brackets. So. Welches ist das, which is the reichste. We've already had Reich as in empire, but this is the richest. Das reichste Land Südamerikas, the richest country in South America. Okay, now I think. Okay, so from that I think. Oh, I think I might know it. But then the brackets, nach brutto. So nach would be sort of after or like due according to. Right, so product is obviously product, which gives me maybe a good guess. Inlandsprodukt makes me think it's maybe domestic product. But brutto, I've never seen that word in German before. Never seen it. Bruttoinlandsprodukt.
In English we have GDP, which is
gross domestic product.
Gross domestic product. So inland is a bit like domestic, and as you say, product. Brutto.
Gross, which I've never heard.
I want to click peek to see. Yeah, the only translation we have is GDP, but we still don't quite know what the brutto. But I tell you what, it seems so obscure that I think we'll just go with it, shall we?
Yeah, I mean, who knows where that comes from?
All right,
Great stuff.
so did they teach you about the gross domestic products of the South American countries?
Now, see, we've already gone to South America the other day, haven't we, with capoeira? But that was definitely in my bailiwick. Economics, not so much. But I think, my guess, or let's go through them first. So we've got Chile, it's just the same.
Yeah.
These are all very similar. Argentinian would be Argentina, Colombian would be Colombia, and Brazilian, Brazil. Now, I think this is a tricky one, but I think it has to be Brazil. Just because of its size and the fame of its exports. I mean, all of those places have famous exports, but I think Brazil is the top dog.
I think you're right because of population, really, because it's not GDP per capita, is it? That's not the question.
No,
it's the actual
fair point.
Yeah, it's the actual total GDP. So therefore, more people. People buying packets of polos and...
But the Brazilian people sure do love their polo mints.
Yeah. You're going for Brazil. Apparently that's wrong.
What? Oh, that's fascinating. Okay, so this is, I thought there might be a trick here. That is interesting, isn't it? See, my understanding of South American geography is... It's better than some, but it's worse than many.
Well, maybe there's a clue in the question because argent is kind of like silver, isn't it? And that sounds rich to me.
That means second place to me though, because I mean, yeah, they've all got something famous, haven't they? Really, that's the thing. It's so tricky.
Should we click on Argentina?
I'm going to trust you with Argentina if you think it's.
Yep, apparently that's the correct answer. I wouldn't have guessed I got that wrong as well.
How did you... Was that a guess then, or were you sort of thinking, oh, well, Argentina's got...
Argentinian.
I mean, it's huge.
Yeah, well, it's obviously very populous as well.
Yeah, I think it is. It's probably the second... Sorry, South American folks. In my mind, it's the second largest South American nation after Brazil.
Well, according to our question writer,
certainly, I'm not surprised that it's the richest. I mean, that's like Birmingham being the UK's second city and yet being almost more busy at times than London, which is baffling. But certain times of the day, Birmingham is absolute hell.
Yep.
Well, it might change now, but that's what I remember anyway.
Let's go on to another question.
Yeah. I like seeing the big green tick of success.
Do you want to read that one? Or should we get Google to read it out for us?
Oh yeah, let's have a listen. Let's have Tanta Google read it to us. It's
taking a while to load, actually. Right, okay, here we are.
Die Flagge von welchem Land besteht aus einem Mond und einem Stern mit rotem Hintergrund?
Hintergrund,
right. Die Flagge von welchem Land besteht aus einem Mond und einem Stern mit rotem Hintergrund.
Do you want to guess some of these words?
Oh, absolutely. I don't even think we need to guess. The flag of which country? We know that we're going to go with land, country or nation. Besteht is interesting. I always think of something staying because that means it's comprised of something. So it's comprised of a Mond. Now this is a great one because something I come across a lot when I'm translating Japanese is how easy, basically moon and month are essentially the same thing. And Mond is a great German word that seems to blend the two because it sounds like month. Moon in this context.
Right, okay.
I mean, any astronomers out there will understand, people understand the link between the moon and a month. It's
right. So it's got a moon and what else?
Well, I mean, maybe you can work it out from the fact it has a rotem Hintergrund. I don't know if anyone knows what the hinterlands refers to, but the Hintergrund is the background. So rotem is got to be red, hasn't it?
Yeah. Moon and star with a red background.
You don't even need to know stern means star. As soon as you get a moon on a red background, you know where you are. So this is easy for me because I've got cousins who live there. So, but I would like to go through them all because there's a tricky one there actually. I see. There is. You a tricky one.
Die Vereinigten.
No, I was thinking of China, because that has a very starry flag. There's no moon on China's flag, though. That's the trick. Now, Pakistan, easy. That's exactly the same, but you're right. Die Vereinigten Staaten von Amerika. Now, I think we can work out what that means, but it's so strange to see it written out that way, isn't it? Rather than USA.
So I assume Vereinigten means united.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
The United States of America.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your actual guess then?
My actual answer, which is correct, is Turkey.
And that's the Turkey as well.
Yeah, again, another feminine nation, the Turkey.
Well done. Let me type that in. T. Was there an umlaut?
There was on the U, yeah. Die Türkei.
Is that how they pronounce it?
Mm-hmm.
Die Türkei.
That EI will come out as an I sound in German.
Come on. This next one's going to trip you up, isn't it?
Okay. Oh, yeah, okay, this... Right. I think I figured out the meaning of the question, so I'll give it a read. Grönland, which has got to be the easiest. If you've got a sort of GCSE level German knowledge, that's pretty easy. Greenland ist Bestandteil welches europäischen. That's still a tough one for me after all these years. Königreichs. So Greenland is a Bestandteil. It's a part of. It's a component of which European kingdom, Königreich.
Yeah.
A king's empire, so a kingdom. Right, Greenland is a part of which European... Oh my goodness. Okay, no idea. I have no idea, but I think I can have a guess. So let's go through them. We've got Norwegen, easy. Dänemark, which just sounds exactly the same. Schweden, exactly the same. And das Vereinigte Königreich. Now,
well, we had United before, didn't we?
We did, I think.
In the United States, but this isn't the United States, is it?
Well, I've said what Königreich means.
Yeah.
The United Kingdom. Well, that's us! Astounding, yeah. And it's das as well, which means it's a genderless noun. So, Greenland, part of which kingdom? Well, I know it isn't... Now, hang on, don't let me trip up here. It's not a UK colony, is it? That would be absurd. It has to be Norway, doesn't it? Big northern, most northerly, sort of northwestern. Oh no, it's not Norway.
Red Cross.
Who could have gotten there? Denmark? That's my only other guess. I don't want to just go through them all.
Dänemark.
It is Denmark, right? Oh, I felt sure it would have been Norway. All right, I'll take the hit on that one. That needed a second guess. That's a tough one.
That was a toughie, wasn't it?
That requires a bit of knowledge of the old European setup, which I'm quite poor, to be honest. My Chinese history is better than my European history.
Oh well, let's see if you can embarrass yourself even further on the next one then.
Okay. Alright, okay. In welchem Land befindet sich die Stadt Innsbruck? So this is in which country? Befindet, which is almost seems like would you find, but it's really in which country is the city Stadt of Innsbruck? Now, again, I'm not very good at my geography, but I feel like we're doing a German test. I feel like it would have to be a German-speaking nation.
So we've had Österreich before.
We have.
The East Realm.
Yeah. Liechtenstein is exactly
Austria.
the same in English.
Liechtenstein.
Liechtenstein doesn't change. Die Schweiz we've had before. Now, as far as I know, all of these languages, all of these countries speak German as an official language. I'm not sure about Switzerland actually, but I think it does. I know it has French and Italian. I think German might be in there too. So yeah, okay. It's not Germany. I'm going to go right out and say it's not Germany because it's too obvious. It's a German test.
You're right.
It's
not Germany.
I think it must be Österreich or Liechtenstein. And so I'm afraid, folks, this is just going to be a total guess because I've heard of Innsbruck and it sounds like I should know it for some reason, some cultural reason.
Österreich is correct.
Oh, I was actually going to go with Liechtenstein.
You weren't.
I was. So why should I know Innsbruck? Is there a particular thing it's famous for?
Sorry, I thought you'd already guessed Austria, so I'd already clicked it for you.
No, that's all right. I'll take the point.
Damn.
Lingua cheats. Is there some famous export or luminary to come from the city of Innsbruck?
Innsbruck is famous for its skiing, I think.
Oh, okay. My girlfriend was a keen skier back in the day, but I've never been skiing in my life, and I think I'll be too terrified to try, to be honest. So no thanks, Innsbruck. Nein danke.
We're going back up north now.
Up north. Is that your Northern European accent?
I think every northern part of a country speaks like that up north, don't they? Up north, like.
Yeah. Well, what I love as well is if you talk to an American, English-speaking Americans, they'll sort of say, oh yeah, of course, we've got the north-south divide. It's astounding that a nation, I mean, as far as I know, the smallest state of America is bigger than the UK. But still, UK and USA are somehow seen as belonging to the same class of nation. And Americans will say, oh, yeah, Yankees like this and Southerners like that. It's very funny to me.
Do you remember that song, Anchored Down in Anchorage?
I don't know.
Oh.
When am I remembering it from? Was that Anchor Down in Anchorage?
Yeah, Anchored Down in Anchorage.
It's Michelle Shocked, isn't it? No,
Michelle Shocked, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's something, and you're in the state of the union when you're anchored down in Anchorage. But it's not a state, is it? Or is it a state? No.
Anchorage? No, it's Alaska.
Alaska, yeah.
Yeah, so it's... Yeah, oh god, yeah. Alright, so there you go. And we always wonder what music's going to come up on these videos, folks. So consider yourselves blessed.
I didn't think you'd get must have been very early 90s.
Classic Michelle Shocked.
91.
Late 80s, I reckon.
Was it late 80s?
I don't even know what to call Michelle Shocked. Sort of folk, I suppose, isn't she? But bit different, bit of a unique spin on folk.
Yeah.
So, the question...
So we were listening to Fairground Attraction and all that sort of stuff back then, weren't we?
Well, of course, I would have been about 4 when that came out, so I would have just heard it, I would have absorbed it through osmosis rather than actively listening to it.
Oh,
first bands I chose
that's what obviously shocked Michelle then.
Yay. Lingua trivia, first bands I chose to get into were Faith No More and the Misfits. So, back to the quiz. Come on, am I gonna have to read this long question?
Oh, I'll get Google to do it.
Yeah, come on. Oh, that's too many umlauts.
Welches der folgenden Länder ist kein Königreich? Dänemark, Schweden, Norwegen, Island.
Right, I clicked on read there, so it's read it out. And do you want to have a quick translation on that?
Yeah. So, which of the welches die folgende? That's the following. Which of the following nations ist kein Königreich? Kein means not or none, so it's not a kingdom. Denmark, Schweden, Norwegen, Iceland, which has to be... It looks like island, of course, which is tricky, but that is Iceland. So
they haven't got the last King of Scotland in there.
They haven't, no. This is kind of, again, I've already admitted to my poor geopolitical grasp of Europe, but I think it's, for no reason other than it's an island, I think it's Iceland.
So you think Iceland doesn't have a king or queen?
I think it doesn't have a monarchy, and I don't know why, because the UK obviously, well, the British Isles are an island, and they have a queen, who just broke a record, by the way. Well done to her.
Which record did she break? Was it police walking on the moon?
That's it, yeah. No, she's the longest reigning, she beat Victoria's record.
Oh, sorry, I thought she smashed up an LP.
No, that would be way cooler. But no, she is now the longest reigning monarch. So,
well, if I was the queen and I was to smash up an LP, I think I know which one I'd go for.
Oh yeah, well, the one that besmirched one's face. Yeah.
No, not that one.
Oh no, what one then?
Oh,
Yellow Brick Road? What?
No.
Thriller?
No. I think I would smash up all of the Paul McCartney efforts since 1985.
That's all of Wings.
No, Wings was 70s. Wings are ace. Okay. Wings are ace. There's nothing wrong with Wings.
Yeah, okay.
Don't you just love that? You know,
I can't
live and let die and all that sort of stuff.
I can't think of a Paul McCartney song since 1985 except his mesmerising performance of Meat Free Monday on Linda McCartney's YouTube channel back in the day, where he would suggest every family have just have Mondays set aside as a day when you don't eat any meat, and he sang this little ditty that essentially went Meat Free Monday, it's a fun day, and that was it.
Okay,
that's the last Paul McCartney hit I remember, to be honest.
Ipso facto.
Yeah, presto change.
Where if I was the Queen, they just give me a very good reason why that is the LP that I would smash.
Right, good, okay.
I'd get on to Smashy and Nicey, the DJs, and I'd say, Smashy and Nicey, smash me a record. And make it, whatever that was, Meat Free Monday by Paul McCartney.
Top pop choice there, pop picker.
Yeah, totally pop-tastic, mate.
Now just tell me.
Let's rock.
Am I right? That's what I'm thinking. Is it Iceland? Come on. Are we?
Yeah, Iceland.
Okay, I knew it had to be. I don't know why, but I can see the Kingdom of Norway, Kingdom of Sweden, Kingdom of Denmark. But Iceland, I feel like managed to stealthily avoid that particular curse.
Yeah, well, I just walked. A couple of weeks ago, I walked past the Queen of Sweden's pad in Stockholm.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you really?
I did. I was in Stockholm, wasn't I?
Right. Yeah, no, you were. I don't know if most Lingua listeners are familiar with your comings and goings, but...
Yeah, well, that's where I was. It looked kind of... the palace, it looked a bit like a sort of prison camp.
Oh, God.
It didn't look very sort of...
welcoming.
It wasn't very blingy, I'll tell you that much.
Right. Okay.
And there was just this one guard outside, and he was, most of the time he was facing the wrong way, because you know they're very strict about how they have to sort of march up and down. And
of course,
yeah. I thought, well, if I was going to break in, I'd just wait for him to walk that way, and then he wouldn't see. And there's just one guard there. You know, I'm sure Buckingham Palace is a bit better.
That's very strange, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean they wouldn't just have one guard walking that one way and then. Didn't there was a German chap flew into Buckingham Palace on a glider about years and years ago.
Was there?
Remember that? Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
no,
he had a glider and flew into the grounds of Buckingham Palace and got in. I think he got into the palace and then the Queen had a chat with him. And apparently they got on really well.
Really? One wasn't expecting visitors.
I'm not advocating anything of the sort. I'm not condoning this behaviour, especially not from, foreigners.
Right. Please don't use the term foreigner on a...
I'm joking. I'm having a laugh.
Non-native individuals.
I'm having a laugh.
I want everybody to come hand gliding into the UK, but that's just me. I think that would be a beautiful sight.
Right, okay.
Now, speaking of foreign lands, I can already see that we've left Europe at last with this next question. Thank goodness. Right, so shall I have a go at reading this?
Go on in.
Right. Welches ist das einzige Land Afrikas, das kein Mitglied der Afrikanischen... that is a tough one, isn't it? Afrikanischen Union ist. So...
Did you know there was an African Union?
I did, yeah.
Right,
well,
okay.
Africa, I wouldn't claim to be in the same league as China when it comes to my knowledge of history, but I think I know more about Africa than I do about Europe. I'll put it that way. So, this essentially means einzige is a good one because that's not just it has the one in there, but it means only. So, which is the only African nation that is not das kein Mitglied means a member of.
Mm-hmm.
So a member of the African Union, Afrikanischen Union. So, right. So which of these nations is not a member of the African Union?
I assume it means which of these four rather than which of the whole of Africa.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, if you're thinking of it as Africa as a continent, certainly.
Yeah.
I mean, but I don't know. I have to think about it. I mean, South Africa definitely would probably have something to say. But I think this one might be... I think I might have already made my mind up about this one. So what have we got at the top? Do you want to have a go at reading one of them? I think you should.
Well, on my screen, the top one is Burundi.
Yeah.
And then we've got Libya.
Now, but Burundi, not a massively famous African nation, it must be said. Interesting choice there.
Morocco.
Had a lot of turmoil earlier this year. Yeah, Morocco.
Obviously erupting. The only one that you might get stumbled up on as a translation is Egyptian.
Yeah, Egyptian, which can only be Egypt. Right? Now, okay, so here's the trick, folks. Every country has a full title. You might refer to it as the UK or Britain, but it's actually, the United Kingdom of Great Britain, Northern Ireland, and its constituent stuff like that. Now, that's where I'm stuck, because Egypt's full title is the Arab Republic of Egypt. But Burundi, I think, is also a republic.
Do you want to just have a guess?
Yeah, so I'm stuck, but I think it must be Egypt, because it's considered an Arabian country.
Well,
no,
wrong.
I got the red X, folks.
Yeah, red X. Do you want to go for Burundi?
Why not? No.
Wrong.
No, alright, I give up. Completely give up.
Libya or Morocco? Gone.
Libya.
Say which. Libya. No.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I should have gone with? I should have...
You should have gone with Morocco.
No, but I should have used the logic that I used for Iceland, shouldn't I? I should have thought, oh, well, it's way out there, like, because Morocco is right on the northwestern coast. So I should have thought, yeah.
Morocco, there we go.
I love that spelling.
M-A-R-O-K-K-O. Morocco. Well, you were doing brilliantly well until then.
What happened? And I come in all, I know about Africa. Oh, no.
The universe spotted that you were getting a bit too big for your boots and decided to smite you somewhat.
Instant karma got me, folks.
Sounds like a nice curry. Go on then.
Our next challenge here, we've got another one of these. In welchem Land befindet sich die Stadt Straßburg? Now, all right, I'm going to surprise you here. I'm going to win it back. Strasbourg looks very German.
It certainly does, especially with that S set in there.
Oh yeah, the double S sound.
Yeah.
Lovely letter. But
they don't have that in French, do they?
Well, this is where I'm going, you see.
Yeah.
You've got these options, and you've got Deutschland, Germany, Belgium, die Schweiz, Switzerland, and Frankreich. France, and you think, well, obviously it won't be France. But there is a mysterious realm of France known as the Alsace region.
Is that where all those Alsatians come from?
Yeah, I guess it probably is, right? I'd never actually thought about that, but presumably it is. A native of Alsace is an Alsatian. But I mean, if you look up images, if you make use of that internet you've got and look up images of Alsace, it's a strange place in my estimation. It's a time warp of a place. I mean, it looks like full-on holiday stuff. But it just so happens that I know from independent research into Alsace for other purposes that Strasbourg is the capital of Alsace.
Okay, so you're going to go for France.
Frankreich.
Correct.
Yeah. There you go.
Reich.
I guess, folks, the lesson we've learned here is it pays to just read about Europe if you're going to...
So, do Alsatian dogs speak French or German, or are they bilingual?
Yeah, that's confusing, isn't it? That's a very good point. Because, I mean, Alsace is right on the eastern border of France. So I feel like it's a meeting point for many different cultures. But yeah, I think it's likely that they speak French.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I think they probably do.
I didn't trip you up with that.
No. Well, I mean,
maybe I'll trip you up with the next question.
I don't know what
if English hens lay English eggs and Welsh hens lay Welsh eggs.
Yeah. I've never heard this one.
What do Scottish hens lay?
Oh, all right, okay. Well, obviously, they lay Scottish eggs, don't they? Eh? Not flipping pork-coated boiled eggs with breadcrumbs. Come on.
They lay Scotch eggs.
Scotch eggs. I don't know.
Right, we'll have one more and then we'll finish up.
Okay. This is good fun, but we're too
Welchem Land gehört die Insel Sumatra?
Oh, he's going. Yeah, I'm not sure about the pronunciation of Sumatra in German. It might be Sumatra. But okay, so
let's not worry about that.
No.
We've got more normal words that.
I think the important word to get down here is Insel.
Insel.
Yeah, which I mean, anyone who knows what Sumatra is will maybe work out that means island. Gehört actually is an interesting one, I suppose.
Yeah.
Again, etymology I'm not so sure about, but it basically means belongs. So to which nation does the island of Sumatra belong? Now these are great because essentially these are all... it's the same words we use in English for these countries, which obviously for the most part are not what the natives of those countries call their nations. But do you have any idea to which nation Sumatra belongs?
No, I'm asking the questions.
All right, okay. No, I didn't want you to answer. I just thought, what if he happens to know?
I can only have a guess. I'm afraid I don't know.
Oh well, I know you should have a guess as well, but I think it's Indonesia.
Indonesian.
Yeah, Indonesian. Yeah, I think that is.
Yeah, that's it.
There you go. My Southeast Asia, not too bad, you see.
Brilliant.
We've touched on martial arts before, and that is the Southeast Asia, Philippines. That's where my martial art came from, so I got it. But of course, if you are ever actually stuck, folks, do click on Peak.
Yeah,
because I mean,
we didn't do that much today, did we?
No, well, I was so arrogant. I thought I knew it all. But no, I brought it back. Indonesian. All right.
Yep, you did all right there. So yeah, we'll wrap up now. But there was another. How many more questions in that quiz? Was it 4? But there's loads more quizzes on Lingua Memes. So subscribe.
Do like us, comment us, subscribe us.
Subscribe to our email from our homepage, linguamemes.com, and you'll be sent stuff on a regular basis.
Yeah, challenges.
For free.
Yeah, free challenges. Not anything. You say send stuff. We're not going to give you a free T-shirt or anything like that.
Might do.
Yeah, all right, down the road, we'll see what happens. But for now, go and enjoy, indulge yourself in those foreign languages. Surround yourself with them.
Jolly good. So thanks for bearing with us, and see you soon.
Bye.